Now, here's one thing I've always wondered. What the fuck do these buttons all do?
So my room used to have a jacuzzi in the middle of it. So it was like this this baller room. There was a wet bar right outside of the bedroom.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, go back. Your bedroom used to have a jacuzzi in it.
Yeah, and there was a huge shower in it. It was like a party room.
Oh, okay.
And there was a wet bar.
Why were your parents swingers or something?
The people that built the place back in the day, I guess they liked having parties, and there was a shower, there was like a toilet, there was a big jacuzzi, there was a wet bar outside so they could get themselves a drink. But all those buttons, they were for, there's like 5 different light systems in the room, and all of those are controlled there. Then there's like buttons on top there for a fan, there's like a personal heating thermostat, and then the other one's kind of covered up. It was supposed to be a house of the future, and they basically paid for every single little thing the contractor pitched them.
That's really interesting. How often do you go back to your old videos and look over them?
You know, sometimes they just show up in the recommended bar for me, one of my old ones, and I'll kind of just watch it to hear how high my voice used to be. If you could watch through the videos, you could actually hear me go through puberty. It's like it slowly deepens one video to the next at a certain point.
Okay, so... Oh, this is neat. This is like the GamerFromMars news network.
In this game, you must go underwater, collect treasure.
Oh my god, this is it's so sweet.
This is now, to be clear, this is the first time me making this video right here. It was the first time I ever touched a video editing software of any kind. So I just saw like the angry video game nerd making these videos, and I decided I was going to make them, but my catch was I was going to keep mine family friendly, because the other people at the time, they just threw out the F word every 5 seconds as like a form of comedy almost.
Yeah, right.
So like I was like, I'm going to make it for the children, and I'm going to keep it clean, and that's going to be my gimmick and my into a niche in YouTube.
And then I suppose at that time as well, if your parents see your videos, then you're not going to get in trouble.
Oh yeah, they didn't even want me to making videos. Like they were like, I remember they didn't want me doing it at all.
Really?
When I got a camera like a year after I started, they did not want me showing my face on the internet. Like they were really against that, because they knew I would just get trolled and harassed, and people would tell me to kill myself, and they turned out to be right, but it didn't stop me.
Let's have a look at this.
On the Beyond. Yeah, Sony, is that the best you could come up with?
Jeez.
Tongue of the Fat Man? I think this is the name of Michael Moore's next movie. James Pond 2, RoboCop. Oh, so that's a mix between James Bond and RoboCop. Ah, that's really clever. Number 5. No one could stop Mr. Donald.
You were really a sarky little shit back in the day.
It really was.
Real good one, Sony. Fuck you.
So you could actually see when I started using like actual thumbnails. So actually, top 10 things to do with your old Pokemon cards. That's like the first time I got aspect ratios down to have widescreen and have music in the background, everything. The top 10 things to do with your Pokemon cards. That I would consider the first video where I think I got my act together.
Wait, what's happening? What are those sounds?
I made the sound effect because I thought
Number 10.
I thought it sounded cool at the
Make a
time.
deck of cards. Yes, this may not make sense to you. You may say, hey. Number 5. Burn them. Nothing's more fun than burning things down. You could burn one at a time or make a whole campfire out of them until they burn to ash.
Yeah, it's alright.
Number 3. Bribe children. So for this one, all you have to do is tell a kid to do something stupid, and in return you'll give them a holographic Mewtwo. This is perfectly acceptable.
Hold on. I'm gonna use this clip for everything from now on. This one of you peeking from behind the bushes.
This is Number 1. Give them to me. Did you really expect me to put anything different at number 1?
Is that your real address?
Highly of me.
No,
It's
Michigan.
not Real Street, fakely, Michigan.
I didn't realize.
Some dude actually sent me Pokemon cards, and he was really ticked off. So like I was like, I'm going to make it for the children, and I'm going to keep it clean.
Ticked off.
family friendly. Ticked off. I'm going to make it for the children. He was really ticked off because like, he's like, yo, did you get my Pokemon cards? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And he's like, I sent them to you. And I'm like, dude, that's not it says not real street. And I even spelled street wrong to like give it a little bit more of an effect. And he was like, he was so ticked off. I'm like, did you have a return address? And he's like, no, I didn't put one on. So he just lost his Pokemon card collection that he actually sent to me. And then Lavender Town Theory below it is really where my channel took off. It's at 2 million views now.
Pokemon has been around for over
This is like still the structure of a lot of my videos to this very day. Internet mysteries.
There's always been something
Well, let's listen into Quentin Review's impression of the GamerFromMars.
Better watch out, he'll copyright strike it down on me.
Alright.
In the past 10 years of YouTube history, there have been plenty of people who have succeeded as well as some people who have failed.
While many YouTubers get very personal and talk about every single aspect of their life, that can't be said for all.
He's got
The cadence.
Yeah, the cadence is spot on. I don't think he's quite got the body language right.
The thing with the Quentin review video, the biggest point of it is that I always go off subject and I bring up random things that have nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah.
It fades out and it fades in and it's something completely different. Talking about Adolf Hitler, talking about parenting techniques of the mid-1900s, random stuff like that. And then I try in my best to work that point into the person I'm talking about of the internet age. I went too over the top, and I think I talked about Hitler in like 3 of those videos had nothing to do with World War II or anything.
Do you know which video that is?
Geez. Maybe is Pepe racist? You could try that one.
Before we get into good old Pepe and the controversy surrounding him, I feel it's necessary to talk a little bit about the history of anti-Semitism. For today's purposes, though, let's just focus on the most infamous example, Nazi Germany.
He's got the fade out.
Yeah, the fade out.
Yep.
This video isn't even close to being done, you fat mom. One of the series.
Hold on. We can't let that lie. He called you a fat mom.
Well, he called me handsome before sarcastically.
What the fuck? What a dick. What does this guy look like?
Oh, he doesn't show his face.
Yeah, well.
He's 15, that's all.
So one thing that scares the hell out of me is these channels that are dying.
That I talk about on what happened.
Yeah, like I look at things like Tobuscus especially, and I think, Jesus Christ, a guy who had 6 million subscribers, and then like his latest videos struggle to get, you know, to break 100,000. Does that prey on you a bit as well?
Oh my
like,
God.
Like that actually keeps me up at night.
It keeps me up. It's so stressful, and there's been times in my YouTube career where I thought I hit a wall and that was going to happen to me, but
What do you think is the main thing that causes these channels to die?
they have a comfort level of what they're doing, and a lot of the cases they were never actually that big to begin with, but YouTube and just the industry as a whole propped them up. A lot of the times with people like Tyler Oakley or Tobuscus, they lived in LA, they networked with people, they had their own agent, they collabed with other YouTubers, YouTube put them on the front page all the time, and it inflated their numbers. With somebody like Tobuscus and other people in his case, it happens a lot, is they reach a level of success, making millions of dollars a year off YouTube, and that's no longer good enough for them, and then they go off to Hollywood. But the thing with Hollywood that YouTubers aren't aware of is, on YouTube, if I have an idea for a video, I make it and it's out within 2 weeks. In Hollywood, you get 10 projects, and maybe only 2 of those will actually pan out. Then after Hollywood ate them and spat them back out, they come back to YouTube, and then they try making the old content that they were successful with 3 years ago, but then they find out no one's interested in them anymore, but they have no choice. This is the only thing they know. They can't make money. They can't go back to Hollywood because Hollywood's not hiring them anymore. They're not hot, and they have no choice but to run them into the ground because that's the only opportunity they have.
It's kind of comforting to know that Tobuscus fucked up in there, because when I watched his most recent videos, the thing that freaked me out the most was like watching his content. It wasn't that bad. Some of it was interesting, and he was funny, and it was like, oh no, this is 6 out of 10, sometimes even 7 out of 10 content, and he's struggling to break these numbers, and he's got that many subscribers. So, all right, well, thanks very much, The Game From Us, for coming
No
along.
problem.
We can find links to your channel on Quinton Reviews and on, what was it, Turkey Jack or something?
Yeah, if you click on the link on the screen right now, you could go to the new top 10 4chan pranks that stars the internet historian.
It has Gamer From Mars and also I am in it, and we're both in it, and it's the two of us.